Hello, everybody. It's your boy Gutta, and this is the Gutta News Network. I don't have too much storage on my tablet at the moment. I have to free up some space, so we're gonna go through this relatively quickly. Today, we're gonna be covering gear and some things I might want to recommend, and why. But I'm gonna try to do it fast. So, without further ado, first things first, knife. All right. If you're out in the wilderness, a bug out situation, or you're trying to practice your skills, a nice fixed blade knife with a sheath that's full tang should do the job. You know what I mean? As long as you do your research on what you're buying, stuff like that, you should have no problems. And that's what I recommend for outdoors. Gotta have a knife. Second would be this can go along as a backup to your knife. Your fixed blade knife is some type of pocket knife. This could also be used for everyday carry. It's always good to have a backup or like to have a knife in your pocket every day. You're not going to carry a fixed blade around everywhere. That's in my opinion. And maybe on top of that, just to have a backup on top of a backup, some type of multi-tool, whether it be something with pliers like this or a Swiss Army knife. Um, it's always good to have a backup on top of a backup. Um, and maybe some type of self-defense knife like these assisted releases, spring releases, switchblades, you name it. Oh, that one didn't go well. My hand got in the way. Feel me? Something decent. Here's another example. Next thing you might want to have is some type of flashlight. Regular flashlight, pen light. There's so many flashlights out there. You do your research, you get what works for you, and everything like that. Next, moving along would be some type of heavy duty cutting tool, like a saw. For cutting small logs, big logs, depending on what the size, or maybe some type of hatchet or axe, maybe a machete type deal. They are they're useful, very useful, and it takes a lot of work away from trying to break it with your hands and stuff like that. Another heavier self-defense option that goes along with that can be used for these heavy cutting options would be maybe something like a tomahawk, like this SOG Hawk right here. You know, I keep that for self-defense. I don't use it for woodwork, but it can be, and I have tested it. It can be used for woodwork. Also, this is something I will have my wife carry. This is a backup. It's a small mini hatchet with a hammer, and it has tools in here like a knife, saw blade, fish scaler, Phillips head. It has some hex tools there for whatever you need it for. The next thing would be, for me, obviously, you need work gloves. If you're going to be using all these tools and stuff like that, you need work gloves. Some type of good work gloves would do. Maybe some that you don't use no more. You can just pack them in your bag and you're ready to go. Scissors, heavy duty scissors, because I don't like to wear out my blades cutting rope and paracord and fishing line and bank line and stuff like that. So a couple of snips can save you some time on your blade. Next would be fire. You know what I mean? So what I have for me, what works is these Yuko matches, stormproof. They work great. I also have a ferrocerium rod in here. It's a UST ferrocerium rod with some tender tabs, and a couple options of lighters. A Bic lighter, and I got an electronic lighter. See, that's just stuff for you to really think about. Plenty of options. 2 is 1, 1 is none, and 3 for me is redundancy. So I really like to have that redundancy going on, because if one option fails, I can just move right on to the next. And if that option doesn't work or fails, I got yet another option. So that always works. Next, what I like to carry with me would be when I'm in the woods or something like that, some type of canteen. You can boil your water, make sure it's nice and clean. You can cook in this. It just has a variety of options that you can use a canteen. Ooh, excuse me, canteen for. Next is some type of bandana cloth. Here's some examples. I got your standard 2x2. I got your extra large 4x4. Bandanas can be used for anything. I have this, which fishermen use this. You can put this over your head, make sure your head's warm. You can put this over your face, make sure nothing gets in your face like smoke and debris and stuff like that. It works really well, about $2 at Walmart. Or a shamag. I like a shamag. I like a good quality shamag. They work. Um, yeah, the applications you use it for, strictly up to you. How you gonna figure out how you're gonna use all this stuff is up to you. I know my systems and stuff like that, but I just wanted to recommend some things as far as gear wise. So, just in case anybody that's out starting and wants to get out in the wilderness and wants to have an everyday carry system, or you know just doesn't know where to start at. It's good starting points. I also recommend a good pair of boots, good clothing. What I recommend for those, I like hiking boots. I like Timberland boots. That's what I would recommend for my jeans. I would recommend Levi's jeans. And you can do your research on the upper body stuff, because it goes into a lot. Um, I would also want to point out something that I don't have on the table, which would be a headlamp and maybe an emergency blanket. Because you can use those for a variety of options, setting up a shelter, um, waterproofing or water resisting makeshift shelter you used out of natural, how you say, natural things that you find out in the woods and stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm going to be done. And thank you for tuning in to Gutter News Network, and I appreciate your time.